Alright gamers, due to request, this is going to be a video tutorial on how to play Holocure on your Android smartphone. Just some prerequisites. You're going to need Z Archiver, which is right here. You're going to need an Adreno smartphone, or a Snapdragon smartphone, with an Adreno GPU. Because if you have anything else, the GPU driver for those smartphones does not work with Holocure. So if you have an Adreno GPU, you're good to go. If not, this ain't the video for you. So just to get started, we're gonna go to this GitHub. There we go. This is Winlater. I'm using the Frost variant because it just gives me more settings in terms and how to tweak performance a little bit. So you're just going to want to scroll down, click on this right here, scroll down more, download Winlater Frost APK, not the bench one, just the regular one. And then while that's downloading, you're going to want to go over to Holocure's itch.io page, scroll down. Actually, there's a download button right here. I'm stupid. And then hit download here. And that is now downloading. So what we're going to have to do is, once that's set up, ignore that. Ignore that. Once we finish downloading these, we're going to set up Winlater, and then we're going to set up Holocure and get our controls and everything. This is going to be a complete step-by-step tutorial. Okay, now that Winlater is downloaded, go ahead and open that sucker. It might give you a prompt to say your browser cannot install APK files for whatever reason. So all you have to do is, it should give you an option to go straight to the settings to change that. So make sure that's toggled on. Then you want to hit install. This is just a warning because it's built for an older version of Android. Go ahead and install anyways. And then now we can go ahead and get Holocure set up. So what we're going to want to do, you're going to want to click on it, open it in Z Archiver. This is all your Holocure files. And the reason we're doing this on itch.io is because Steam does not work on Winlater. So that's unfortunate. So we're just going to want to copy that. New folder on the root directory, or your downloads if you want. I'm just going to name it Holocure. Paste your files in there. Now Holocure is pretty much ready to go. So now we can close the archiver, close your browser, open up Winlater, allow it to manage files, and it's going to install all of the system files that it needs. So this might take a couple minutes depending on your device. Waiting. This is the wait. I just woke up. Goddamn. Okay. Once it's done, go ahead and hit this little plus up in the top on the containers tab. Go ahead. You can name it whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. I'm just going to name it Holocure so that I know what container this is in. So you're going to want your screen size to be 1280 by 720. That's I think that's the smallest resolution Holocure will accept, which is weird, but whatever. On your graphics driver, this is what I was saying earlier. So if you have an Adreno GPU, for example, my OnePlus Open has a Snapdragon chip with an Adreno GPU. You want to choose Turnip. If you don't, you'll choose VirGL, which will work for some other things, but not in Holocure's case. Holocure does not work with VirGL, so you do need an Adreno device for this. And then we're going to leave DX wrapper at DXVK, audio driver, we're going to change that to Pulse Audio. I'm going to turn on Show FPS just because. I'm going to change this to dark just because my eyes, I just woke up. Off-screen rendering mode, I tried changing this to back buffer, didn't really help performance much, but we'll see. Win components, we're going to leave all these at default. Environment variables, we're going to leave all these at default. Drives, so for the D drive, you're going to want to take it off of your downloads folder and just leave it on the 0 folder. If, well, that is if you extracted Holocure to your 0 folder, your root folder. If you extracted it to your downloads, then you can just leave it like that and it'll be fine. Then go to advanced. Box 64 preset needs to be on performance. You don't really need to change this, but I go ahead and set the processor affinity for 32-bit apps to be all of them. And then startup selection, I do aggressive just to get the best frames. Then go ahead and hit the check mark, and your Holocure container is now created. So you're going to want to hit this little play button right here if you're on Frost. If it's not on Frost, it's going to be, you press the little 3 dots and then hit open container, or whatever it says. So here we are in the WinLater desktop. This pops up automatically. So your finger is a touchpad, like a trackpad, basically. 1 tap is to click, 2 finger tap is to right click, and that's all I know for now. So open up this. You want to go to your D drive, and then scroll down to find your Holocure folder. And then, just as a thing we can do to make things easier, right click on holocure.exe and hit create shortcut. And then that creates a shortcut on the desktop. So if all goes well, we can go ahead and exit this, move my recorder thing out of the way, go to shortcuts, and we can just launch Holocure straight from here. This might take a second, but in the meantime, what we can do is we can go to input controls. Frost variant will give you a bunch of templates, I guess, from the guy who used it before. Go ahead and hit settings here. Is it working? Oh yeah, it is working. Go ahead and make a new profile. Title it Holocure, just so you know. And then hit Controls Editor. Now this is going to be a little confusing. What I like to do, so you have to tap wherever it is, so wherever the crosshair meets, that's where it's going to spawn a new button whenever you hit this little plus at the top. So you want to hit that, hit the settings cog. I change it to stick just because, I don't know, I just feel like it. But you can also do a D-pad. You also have that. I don't know what that is. So I just keep it on stick. I set the size to maximum. And then I leave the rest, or actually I don't set it to maximum. I leave it like 130. Then in the middle, we're gonna, this is just my layout. You can do whatever you want with this. This is gonna be pause. And then here we're going to have, what is it? Where is it? I forget the keys sometimes. We're going to have enter here. Set that like that. And then the other one was it Z? No, it was mouse 1. I don't use the strafe button. So change this one to mouse, and then make sure this is on left button. And then, oops. You're going to have to do it again every time you open up the menu, which is stupid, but, you know, it is what it is. And then, I believe that's it. Right? And I'll change the icon on this just because. Change the icon. I'll change this to A. Enter. Yeah, that'll do for now. Then you just hit back, and then you shouldn't do your like system back button. You want to hit this back button right up here. Hit that, and then it'll save your profile. Now scroll down, find Holocure, enable that, and there you go. Now you have your controls. I set this a little too far away. I'm gonna go ahead and change that real quick, just to show you how to edit it. So you just tap on it and just drag it. Very simple. And there we go. Now we have your controls set up. That's the wrong one. Go ahead and turn on Holocure. and then you can go ahead and select your language. So since the joystick or the D-pad, whichever you selected, it's just going to be WASD on the keyboard by default. And then this A button is enter, like you said. Oh yeah, and this is a trackpad. And tapping doesn't really click when you're in the game, so that's why we set up the mouse 1 button. Go ahead and select that. Now, there's some issues with the keyboard working, so you can go back here, click keyboard, and you can do all this. I'm going to put in my username. See, it doesn't work. So what you have to do... Oh, shit. I don't know. Oh, okay, so you can just hit enter and it'll just work, I guess. But it won't show you typing, which is weird. But then we just hit start, and then skip past the intro. And then we have to adjust some settings. So we're going to go over to settings here. Go to graphics settings. Turn on full screen. Make sure this is on 1280 by 720 for the best looking effects. Turn off visual effects just to help with performance. Scroll down. Scroll down, please. Oh, you can... I didn't know you could do this still on the... Okay. Yeah, that looks good to go. Hit escape, and let's just do a little Mori name, in case any of you were wondering. So then the way this is going to work, you're going to want to hit your mouse button so you can have your twin stick aim. And there you go, you're playing Holocure now. So, depending on your device, you're going to have a couple frame drops here and there, especially when there's large amounts of enemies on the screen. But if you're okay with that, then this will be perfect for you. If you're not okay with that, go buy a Steam Deck. That's like the best option you have if you want to play Holocure on the go. But other than that, that should be it. Thank you all for watching, and I hope this helps you.